Go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pre-show of the Codex podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Mighty Mike Harbor, and down below, the Ric Flair of comics himself, Uncle Gary.
Woo!
Woo! Thanks for showing up.
All right.
Hey,
Looking
glad to have you
forward
guys
to it.
here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. So today we will be reviewing Detective Comics 455, which includes the stories Batman, Heart of a Vampire, and Hawkman, Battle of the Backfiring Weapons.
I forgot about the Hawkman story,
I
Mike.
know, me too.
Look at
Yes.
Sonny. Look at
Yeah.
Sonny.
But more important,
Yes.
congratulations to Sonny on his nuptials with his lovely wife.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm a married man. I've been married for, what's it going on, 3 weeks now, almost a month. But yeah, so thank you.
This-
Doing
this
good,
is-
enjoying the married life.
This is Maria's first major step to sainthood.
Yes.
Yes.
Because Saint Maria will and Sonny told her that, and she approves of that.
Yeah. If only you guys knew me before, you would truly know how true that statement is.
Ooh. There's a night of drinks involved right there.
Yeah.
Hey Adam, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Adam,
Hey, but I don't ever drink, so
No, there you go.
I'll drink for you.
Mike can drink for you. Mike just got back from the Great White North. He was first put in Seattle, and then they made him go to Alaska for a week. So we finally got him back on the continent, in the
And my
in-
plane landed
in the
okay.
lower 48. Yeah,
Yes.
his plane landed okay. Odds of that lately aren't great. There's another crash today.
Oh, really?
Today, oh,
Yeah, smaller planes, but two ran into one another.
Excuse me.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you are safe and that you did make it to your trip, however, where you had to be, and that you're back and
Yep.
all good to go.
All right.
We're back on Codex where we can
Have a good time.
bedevil each other. We can bedevil Sonny. That's our job.
That's what I said.
Hey, I'm trying to be a good man. I try. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Busy, busy, busy. Never not
Mhm.
working.
So, guys, Valentine's Day was the past week. But first, before I get into that, everyone, sorry about last week not having an episode. I had some things going on, some personal stuff, so that's how we were not able to have an episode. But things are good. I'm glad to say everything went fine. We're back. And then, for Valentine's Day, one thing that my Maria got me, she said, as much as I'll joke with you about comic books, she said, I still do supporting. She got me a little Groot.
A little Groot.
Oh,
So there you go. Got that. And then we finally got new phones. I had a Galaxy S8 and went all the way up to 25.
Wow, you're in a different galaxy.
cool.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I'm sorry. I have to step away for just a second. All right.
So, all good.
So this was your first Valentine's Day as a married man. You did not forget it.
No, I did not.
That would have been bad.
Oh, yes, that would have been very bad. Yes.
That would have been bad. Yeah. Oh, we're married now. You don't care about Valentine's Day anymore, baby. And
No, we care
you know,
about it.
if she tells you not to get anything, you know that's a trap, right?
Oh, yeah. Even our very own, I believe it was in Dan, who put in our little chat, like, it's a trap. When she
Admiral
says, I
Akbar.
don't care about anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a trap. Yeah, it's a trap. Don't buy it. Don't believe that for a second. Say, okay, you don't need anything. Okay, baby, I got you. I hear you. You better show up with something on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
I've-
yeah.
I got maybe the prettiest 24 roses I've ever gotten. I mean, I always try to pick out good ones, but man, they are upstairs still blooming, looking fantastic. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think the roses I got, because Maria really likes orange, so I made sure to get her some orange roses. They're just doing still pretty good.
I usually get red for Valentine's Day, but there were some that were a little bit pink, and they're just perfect. So I got them, and of course candy and a card and a bear. Had to get her a bear. So
Nice. And then to the random panel of the week this week, since we didn't have one last week, this week we have one that goes, you could say it goes at Valentine's Day. A little bit of romance.
well, you can almost make romance out of every random panel if you really, really try.
Oh, yeah. Some of them will make it easy. Some are easier than others.
Some of them are a stretch.
Yeah. But other things we've got going on, there's a new show for Codex, Comics 101. So I've been enjoying watching that.
Yeah, Mike had to step away to do some more research for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's what he's off
yeah,
doing right
we're
now.
teaching the Precious and Jamie are acting as our students, and we're acting as the old fogies that are, just imparting comic knowledge to the masses. So, and you know what, it's not meant for people that are really, I hope people enjoy it, but it's really meant as a primer for folks that maybe don't have the deepest comic knowledge, and we're trying to be helpful. So we don't want people that are well-versed, like many of our viewers are, well-versed in comic history, to think we're dumbing it down for them. We're not. We're trying to, speak as if, speak to the people that don't have a deep comic knowledge, and maybe this is a little way to, get them a little further along with their comic knowledge, so that they can hang with our well-versed, members.
Yeah, and then one thing too, I've also been up to some stuff before on the pre-show. I was telling Mike that tomorrow I'll be working on Chicago Fire, and you remember a few months ago I was working on this thing called All Her Fault, and I was like, oh, my shopper who looks. Again, they have me as gawking shopper.
You're in Chicago Fire as gawking shopper.
So I'm working on my looks,
Are you gawking as the building is burning down?
It might be. We'll see, because it's like, don't tell anybody. But they just said an incident's happening. I was kind of hoping that it'd be like somebody's walking by, and I'm like, whoa, who is that? But yeah, they didn't want me to speak.
A little screen time. So is that enough? Do you have your SAG card?
No.
Is that enough to help you get one, though?
If I was to speak,
you got to speak.
No. Just throw it in there. Yeah.
Just throw it. Hey, look what I'm looking at.
Hey, bartender, another beer.
Another beer.
Even though I'm in the mall.
Yeah.
Well, I was close.
As you're gawking, say, "Oh my God," and add that. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Great Scott.
Great Scott. There you go. I like that.
Yeah.
Yumpin' Yiminy.
Yumpin' Yiminy. There you go.
And then something that I actually did have lines in is coming out on Friday. I was working on it's a short, so it's a mini series where each episode is different. And this one I just acted in. I didn't write it, I didn't direct it, I was just an actor. It's a show called Movements, and my episode is called Constitutional Delegation. So I'm the lead in the show. So I'm interested to see how it'll come out. It'll be on Friday. Movements. So you see me.
Where can we see that at?
It should be on YouTube.
On YouTube?
I could send a link. But yeah, so it should be interesting to see me acting on something that I didn't write, that it was just me taking somebody else's script and learning the lines. Yeah.
All right, so this is Constitutional and Movements. This is not about your bowels, right?
No.
just making sure.
Bada bing.
Bada bing.
Yes, nothing like that.
If it was Constitutional Movements, then it would be.
Yeah, then I'd be, wait a minute. What do I have to exactly do to get this part? Because I really get into my roles.
Yes. Method acting.
Method acting. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, so I may have to do gawking tomorrow to method act.
He's gawking tomorrow.
Looking at everybody all strange.
All right. Cool
and
beans.
One thing with this new phone, have you guys heard of Gemini?
Oh yeah, it's like the AI tool.
The AI thing. Yeah. So I was testing it, doing a few questions about myself, about Codex, and it's pretty interesting how much it knows. Anything you'd like for me to ask it about Codex?
Ask him if it's friendly with Skynet.
Are you friendly with Skynet? Okay.
I would ask it who its favorite Codex celebrity is.
After are you friendly with Skynet, I'm going to ask that who's his favorite on the Codex station. It says a large language model. I don't have personal relationships or feelings, so I can't be friendly with anything, including Skynet. Skynet is a fictional AI system from the Terminator movies, and in those stories, it's depicted as a hostile and dangerous entity. My purpose is to be helpful and harmless, which is quite different from Skynet's fictional role.
That is protesting way too much, right, Mike?
Yeah, well, I think it does protest too much.
And when you read fictional, did it have fictional in quotes?
Yep, it had the quote.
No.
Oh no, it had fictional on the friendly part, which is friendly with any. So I can't be friendly with anything, but fictional was just regular.
They're working together, Mike. They're working
Sounds
together.
like it.
You know, I'm gonna say who's the best member. I'm gonna put the volume on. I'll let us just hear it. Who was the best host on the Code X station?
Unfortunately, with the information I have access to, I can't determine who was the best host on the Codex station. Here's why. Lack of context, Codex station could refer to many things. It might be a radio station, a space station.
Stop it. Don't give me that.
Wow.
I'm just gonna ask, what is the Codex station? And now it will learn. It will learn. I will teach it. What is the Codex station? Nope, it's a Kodak.
Ah, that makes more sense. You're likely thinking of a Kodak picture kiosk.
These things are not good. I will just type it in. What is
Skynet would be very disappointed in Gemini.
Yeah. So much for that before we get to the show. I said, what's the Codex station? Here we go.
Based on my information, the Codex station appears to be a multimedia platform focused on comic books. They have a YouTube channel and produce content like podcast, the Codex Podcast, where they discuss comic book news, reviews, and related topics. Videos. They have various video series, including reviews, discussions about comic characters, and comics 101 inches for beginners.
Look at that, 101 inches.
Codex Awards to recognize achievements in the comic book industry. It seems to be a place where comic book enthusiasts can engage with the medium through different formats. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about the Codex station? I can try my best to provide more information based on what I find.
Ask who is Uncle Gary.
Should I say who's Uncle Gary on the Codex station?
Yes.
Yeah, see what happens.
Hey,
Who is Uncle Gary on the Codex station?
Uncle Gary isn't associated with Kodak Picture.
It's a Kodak. I have to type in. Go ahead.
Well, here's what I'm encouraged with. How many hosts do we have on Codex now? Because if you add us all up, we're toting 101 inches.
I know.
Yeah. I like how it said that. They have a show of 101 inches.
101 inches. We are toting. I mean, I felt pretty good about things, but
I'm feeling more positive about myself.
Yeah, congratulations to all the other fellas.
I don't know how that information about me got out there.
101 inches.
I'm feeling a bit violated.
Let's see. We got Dan, Sal, Jamie, Mike, Sonny.
Precious. Don't forget Precious.
Yeah. Well, Precious. I hope Precious isn't toting any inches. I mean, so that's like what 8 of us for 101 inches. That's pretty good average.
Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good. It sounds like everybody's got a foot long.
Sounds like comic books help us out in more ways than just giving us big muscles.
Yeah, there you go.
They encourage growth.
Yeah. Yes.
I knew using that to turn the pages was a good thing.
Yeah, there you go.
I asked about who's Uncle Gary on the Codex station, and it said,
based on the information I have, Uncle Gary appears to be a personality associated with the Code X station. He seems to have a segment called Uncle Gary's Showcase on their YouTube channel where he discusses comic books, particularly vintage and classic ones. He's described as delving into his collection of comics, providing insights and commentary on various titles and characters. It seems he's knowledgeable about comic book history and enjoys sharing his passion with viewers. You can find his showcases on the Code X station's YouTube channel.
Good job.
That is just frightening.
AI knows this.
AI knows
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so
that is just scary, dude. I mean, and look, and the Skynet denial, that scares the hell out of me. Yeah. I'm
Chris, late. He was beaten.
Oh God.
You're fishing, right, Chris?
He's fishing, and as a fisherman, he is when it comes to putting things on his hook, he is a masturbator.
Yes, he is.
Good job.
Sonny, every day. I know. Whenever Sonny has me and you on mic, he's like, "Oh God, I got to get through these guys." Again.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's Fire Comics is pretty spot on.
AI knows me. I'm going to be on their hit list.
Yeah.
Skynet. I see you.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, most of my equipment in my data centers is for the AI revolution.
There you go. There you go,
getting-
Adam. Adam knows he's on the front lines.
We're getting ready for. I'll make sure I try to teach it. Got to
He's-
teach it about me, about Codex Station.
So is Adam going to end up being the Renfield for AI's Dracula?
Could be.
He's going to be their servant, their manservant, their guy that gets things done when they can't come out in the daylight.
We'll make sure that doing the Codex Station has always been cool with you.
That's right.
And speaking of some cool things, I think it's time that we gotta get on to this cool show.
Hey, Beast.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Beast is
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Codex Podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger, joined by my co-hosts, Mighty Mike Harbor, and the Ric Flair of comic books himself, Uncle Gary.
woo!
Who is known by AI.
Known by
knows him.
AI. Known by
Hey,
AI. You know what?
Hey, I knew quite a bit about you.
AI said he seems to have knowledge. He seems to. He didn't say I did. He seems to. Seems to. So he was not convinced.
We're gonna have to correct it and be like, no, he is.
Yeah. So I mean,
he apologize. Say sorry. About
he's repeating rumors. He doesn't know for sure. So,
he's just gotta watch more of the Codex Station.
Yes, he does.
But again, it is frightening.
But still, hey guys, Beast is wait for it, an X-Man.
Beast is a member of the
Avengers.
Here for 5.
Yep. 11 years. Yeah, 11 years now.
Hey,
Oh, there's Liz.
Liz DeMarco.
Liz is very excited. I told her that we have Poison Ivy as comic character of the week on tomorrow night, but next week, Liz is very excited that Catwoman will be the character of the week, so she can barely contain herself. So she is waiting with bated breath for the Catwoman show next week. So
there are some great covers this week for Catwoman.
There were some great Catwoman covers this week. Absolutely.
Yeah, speaking of covers, later on we will be having Variant Insanity. But first, we got the comic book news and the rundown. We'll be having Right or Wrong. Today, Uncle Gary is the man with the 5 statements. We're having Random Panel of the Week. Since Valentine's Day's episode, we were not on, so got a little bit of romance for you. And then we'll be having someone join the F list. And, of course, finally, at the end, we will be reviewing Detective Comics 455, which features the story of Batman, Heart of a Vampire, and Hawkman, Battle of the Backfiring Weapons. But first, let me tell you about some goodness, some good things everybody watching could win. The Codex is having another giveaway, and what you can be doing is you could be winning is The Thing, issues 1 through 8, and Superman, American Alien, issues 1 through 7. So there's a few ways to enter. If you're a new subscriber, you take a screenshot and show us that you subscribed and you put hashtag giveaway. Or number 2, jump on any of our live shows like right now and just type in hashtag giveaway. And you could also do it by becoming a member for $1 a month, and you are automatically entered. So you don't have to do hashtag, just be a member for only $1 a month. And you're automatically entered to win, like I said, the comic books, The Thing, issues 1 through 8, and Superman, American Alien, issues 1 through 7. To enter, it ends on February 28th, so you still got time. And the winner will be announced the next day on March 1st.
Sweet.
So good luck, everybody.
Like it.
That's some good stuff.
That
Oh,
is some good stuff.
Yeah, so good. Like I said, good luck to everyone. And even this was back to when you were talking about Catwoman.
Yeah.
Chris said,
Yeah.
meow. And this, she got like 4, I think, of those covers. Yeah. And then okay, Sal says to send them to him. And this says she will. So okay, everybody. We've got quite a bit of comic book news that's been going on. So I will start us off with the rundown. This news may devastate a few dozen people in the world, but Rob Liefeld is done with Marvel again.
Again. Oh
Oh
no.
dear God.
Again. Yeah.
No.
And in other news, Natasha Lyonne is set to star in the comic book, in a movie based on the comic book Basket Full of Heads, which is a horror series. So that would be made into a
Interesting.
movie. Yeah, I know of your own Dan Kelly. He's checked out the comic book. He said it was good.
Yeah. Joe Hill.
Yeah. So there we go.
Good
Also,
stuff.
there's been some news about, speaking of movies, the Masters of the Universe movie has cast quite a few of their characters. Some of the more recent ones that were announced was that Marina Baccarin, who was known for playing Vanessa in Deadpool, is set to play Sorceress. Also, Johannes Hooker Johansson is set to play Fisto. And John Ju Zhang is set to play Ant-Man.
Oh.
So those are new castings for the Masters of the Universe movie. And finally, some news that came out today. All right. Well, first, there we go. Chris has put hashtag giveaway, so he's now entered.
There you go. I blame the devil's lettuce.
All right, well, Chris, you are now entered with that hashtag giveaway. And look at that.
Salad.
There's the eyes of Jamie, who has seen that you are in there.
5-0. 5-0.
Sees all.
And there it is. Booge has also entered. He just put hashtag giveaway. I think I'm already centered, but I'm a fan of Aunt Petunia's favorite boy.
Who doesn't love a little thing? Or
Yeah.
a rocky thing.
Rocky
I said enter, not centered. So there we
That's
go.
right.
See, like I said, that's all you got to do to enter the contest. Everyone just put hashtag giveaway. But now there is a little bit more news, and that news is that the original Gwen Stacy is set to return. She's being dug up, mixed in with some Weapon X, equipment and everything, and she's set to come back in Gwenpool issue number 1, which is set to come out May 14th. So, what do you guys think about that? The original Gwen Stacy set to come back. Not too many people are happy about it.
I hate it.
Next thing you know, they'll dig up Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
He's
Good
the last
prediction.
sacred cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it used to be Uncle Ben and Bucky, and they pulled Bucky back. But Bucky has turned out really well. I have to say, the Winter Soldier's been really well. But yeah, come on, Gwen Stacy. You can have your alternate universe Gwens, which they do. Don't make that the real Gwen Stacy. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's too many alternate universe
stories,
Gwens you can say that is.
Yeah, like you said, like her, and even like I said, Uncle Ben. Those are deaths that helped shape Spider-Man, who he is as a character.
Right.
And then, when there's so many characters who do come back, some I'm glad, but when you just bring everybody back, then it takes away. When a character dies, like, don't worry, we'll see them in a few years.
Yeah.
And Gwen Stacy, died over 50 years ago, and now to take away from that story to say, let's bring her back, just for this new character who's supposed to be like a dark Gwenpool, which they've already had a dark Gwenpool, but hey, they're bringing her back. And the writer, who Kevin Scott, had said this about bringing Gwen Stacy back. What an absolute honor to tear both Gwenpool and Spider-Man's worlds apart. Yes, please. Gwen Stacy is back from the grave and deadlier than ever. Weapon X style abilities? Check. A line and killer put-downs? You've got it. This is not the Gwen you remember. And he said, also, but just who is behind her miraculous resurrection and what has happened to the original Gwenpool's usually careful existence? Add Kate Bishop and Jeff the Land Shark to the mix, and you have the Marvel series of my dreams. That is what Kevin Scott had said about the series.
Not such great dreams to me.
Me either.
Yeah, his dreams, but not too many others. Yeah.
Yeah.
see what people are saying. Boosh says yes, Uncle Ben's and Gwen's death are a big part of Spider-Man's story. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Chris said Uncle Ben should come back from the dead and have power over rice butter and boiling water. Yeah.
Oh, damn, Chris.
Oh God.
Oh, well, there you go. There you
There
go.
you
American consumerism wins.
This is back to when we talk about Fisto. Chris said they have to change the name of Fisto. They just have to.
Well,
I th-
listen, give the people what they like. And if they like them some Fisto, there you go.
go. Like the Iron Fisto.
The Iron Fisto. That's right.
Hey, I always loved that one of our first random panel of the weeks when we took that one, Uncle Gary, I believe it was me, you, and I believe Tim with us too, when we had that Fisto random panel, and
Yep.
did hard. I couldn't fist them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Could have
was
fisted them
actually
all.
that was actually photoshopped. He did see like I couldn't defeat them, but
Yep. There you
good
go.
jokes and good laughs with that. Yeah, Fisto, you still have some good laughs with him and his huge fist. Yeah, I think nobody I've seen has been excited about Gwenpool, about maybe the other Gwenpool, maybe some people, but about the original Gwen Stacy coming back. But here's some pictures they have of her as Gwenpool that were shown some variant covers. Like I said, issue number 1 comes out May 14th. There she is.
Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
I think she should just be a different character. Like if she was just different, I'd say, oh,
Yeah.
cool. I don't see why it has to be Gwen Stacy.
And look, she's lopping heads off. Look at that. Now she's saying F you.
Yeah, typical Gwen Stacy, like you said, lopping heads off, giving the middle finger, wearing what looks like a condom,
Yeah, there you go.
and finally this one.
It's got a reservoir. There you go.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy, loving
I think
daughter.
I think it's asinine.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Just a quick money grab, and I know the writer, like Kevin was saying, of his dreams, like, oh, it's the story of my dreams. Yeah, just his dreams. I don't think many other people were dreaming of this kind of turn or a return for Gwen Stacy.
It's putting Gary to sleep.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
what it is.
Who said this? I think it's about Uncle Ben. He should come back and write fortune cookies. Everybody gets with great power, yada yada yada.
Yada yada. That's right. Yada yada yada.
Who knows? Maybe it may happen. I would not. With everybody returning, I wouldn't be surprised if Uncle Ben does make a return. But
Well, I like Chris's answer.
yeah.
The power of rice.
Power of rice.
All right, and let's get on to that news. I know you guys were a bit upset, so I wanted to make you guys laugh a little bit.
Okay.
The tears. Rob Liefeld leaving Marvel, what he had said. It's okay, Mike. You could let all the tears out.
I'm sorry.
I see you wiping them. At the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere, he said he wasn't treated well, that Kevin Feige was taking pictures right next to him and really wasn't with him, and that a lot of the pictures he took, they were deleted. But on Marvel sites, they had shown, like they literally posted pictures of him with his family, and he said he wasn't treated well, and that he wasn't invited to the after party, and that also in the movie, he really wanted, like, so when Superman, like the original one, like how they had, like, created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, and he wanted that for Deadpool, like where it really says Deadpool created by Rob Liefeld, like really big, and that they didn't put in the movie. He was mad about that, mad about how he was treated at the premiere, not being invited to the party, so he said he's done.
Well, maybe if he wasn't such an asshole, he would have been invited to the party.
Yeah.
So,
He should have been happy with his Liefeld's feet and hands.
Yeah, that's right.
Chris says, no, Rob, please don't go.
Please don't go. Everybody will miss you so much.
Hey, Richard.
Hey, Richard.
Hey, Rich.
Talking about the news of Rob Liefeld leaving again.
So here you go. So has there been anybody that's saddened by this? There's your news story.
Yeah, if we find one person, that's the
key. Who's saddened by this? Yeah,
nobody. Hey, at least the Youngblood fans, you get to see Youngblood come back.
Woohoo!
Yeah, and then you get to see more stories with blood in the name, Youngblood. Remember the last Deadpool series was like bad blood, badder blood, baddest blood. There's so many bloods.
Red blood.
Red
Sticky
blood.
blood.
Green
Spilled
blood.
blood.
So many pouches. So many pouches.
So many pouches to fill with blood.
Yes.
Mr. Keith
Yep.
says he heard that other creators got into the party. I hope so.
Yeah,
That would be pretty funny.
I hope everybody else got into the party.
yeah. Everybody, shh! Don't tell Rob. Shh. You're invited as long as you don't tell Rob.
Don't tell Rob we're having the party.
Yeah, don't tell him where we're at, where it's going to be at.
Oh man, that's kind of funny. I kind of hope that's how it went.
Yeah, dick.
Yeah, but when it comes to the story or the book slash the book that will be a movie, Basket Full of Heads. Have you guys read it? The series.
I remember the Joe Hill comic. I don't.
Yeah, I read it a while ago. I don't quite remember.
Yeah, I don't remember if I read it or not. Did Kelly Jones do the art on that?
Not quite sure.
I know there was one like Something Burn was the name of one of them, and I read that one, and I believe that Kelly Jones did the art on that. It was a woman. Her last name was Something Burn. Yeah, don't go away, Matt. Just go away.
Go away.
Yeah, yeah.
And Mr. Keats, I like this. Yeah, he's going to have his own party that doesn't infringe on anyone's copyright.
He's going to have his own Levi's 501 special party. You got to
Yeah.
wear 501 button fly jeans to it.
Ricky, who's here?
And Chris even says, "No one tell Rob there's cake in the break room."
There you go. There you go.
We'll take his stapler away too.
Pudding Jello.
Yeah.
But so Basket Full of Heads I have not read, but I know very own Dan Kelly said that he read it and he really enjoyed it. So it'll be interesting to see that it is set to be a horror movie. Not too sure, no dates set yet, but yeah, if you're into some horror, some comic book horror, there it is. You may have a movie that should be coming out, Basket Full of Heads. And then
No, listen, I think it'll be great. Who doesn't like a little head?
Hey, hey, remember what Gemini was saying? 101 inches.
101 inches. 101
That's
inches.
hey,
The AI said the Codex station is given folks. So
Hey,
Yeah,
it might have said it might have got it wrong. It said that Uncle Gary seems like he knows, but
seems like he knows.
it got us right on the 101 inches.
But the 101 inches, everybody's dragging, toting.
Have to
That's
get
why we
Jamie
have
to
to sit
change our
down and do the
graphic.
show. Yeah.
Comic 101 inches.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go. Next time you get the show, remember to start it off. Everybody, welcome to Comics 101 Inches.
101 inches from the Codex station. Yeah.
See, at least we could have a little bit of fun before AI takes over everything.
You know, and here you think AI doesn't know anything, but some things are just right on. They're spot on.
But with the Masters of the Universe, I think Marina Baccarin, she is a great actress. And I thought she originally would have been really good for Evil Lynn, but
Yeah, I think so too. I think she would have been a good Evil Lynn.
but you have Alison Brie, and I'm sure she'll do a good job too. Alison Brie is a great actress. I'm a fan of her as well. So we'll see how Marina does as Sorceress.
I loved her as on Firefly.
Oh yeah.
She's also on, was it Homeland? That she was really good on too.
She was in one of those shows.
Yeah.
This goes back to that basket full of heads. Chris has a whole basket full of head. It's like a Diddy party.
Well, there you go. Can't go wrong with a Diddy party. What's the worst that can go wrong? Right?
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong that gallons and gallons of baby oil can't solve? Yeah.
Man, hey, wait. One day we may find there may be an F-lister who's made of like baby oil or something.
Captain Diddy.
Yeah, there you go.
Captain Diddy.
I will be on the search to find a character pretty much based on Diddy and baby oil and all that. Yeah.
Count on Larson to make that character.
Oh yes. Yes. And Chris says that he's found Natasha extremely hot since Orange is the New Black.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
Prison never looked so fun as when watching that show.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
It's no Oz.
It is no Oz. It is no Oz.
And Whitefire Comics says, "Dear Lord, what did I walk into?" Basket Full of Heads. The
Diddy
movie
party.
is set to come out. That's what we were talking about. We were
But didn't mention walking out of. Did you notice that? They've walked in, but they have not mentioned walking out, Whitefire. So, if you choose to stay, this is saying more about you than it is us. But please pull up a chair and stay.
Look at that. Sapphire Comics says, by the way, Gary, I looked at the cover. You couldn't show on After Dark. I see why.
Was that the Lick Lap cover?
Oh,
or the
I know that
Entity
one.
Love cover?
I know that one. But speaking, before I even get down to more news, Uncle Gary,
Yes.
your showcase, one of my favorite videos of all Kodak Station. That was hilarious with all the romance covers.
Weren't they great?
Everyone, just the sayings were so good.
Oh,
Daddy.
Oh, Daddy, why can't I find a man to love me? Oh my God.
Yes.
My favorite was the older guy coming home with his bride in his arms and his son.
Justin.
Yeah, it's so this is so Dad, this is my new stepmom. And she goes, Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy's seen his new mom naked. Did you watch those with Maria for Valentine's Day?
No, I watched those alone at night. I'm sure I may have woken her up from laughing.
But Sonny, aren't those covers hilarious? They're great.
Every one of them. That's why, if you haven't seen everyone, I highly recommend it. Every cover is just so good. It will make you laugh hysterically. So I loved it.
Listen, I went all my life. I went 60 years, damn near 60 years without buying any romance books.
Now he can't stop.
Now I can't stop because they make me laugh so much. And the more inappropriate the cover, and look, I have a talent that I can make the most innocent, sane, filthy if I really want to. So on these, I can really go to town. So it's great.
It's not even hard. They make it so easy.
No, they make it easy. They make it easy. Yeah. But with a lot of the double entendres. But oh my God! But it's just it's just fantastic. So yeah, the romance covers make me laugh. So I'm in, baby. I'm glad you enjoyed that episode.
Yeah, and I hope everyone did because it was awesome. Yeah. So the last episode, Uncle Gary Showcase, right, the romance covers, Young Love, and all those.
Love is in the air.
Yeah. So everyone, with all that fun, any more news stuff you did want to talk about?
Well, we may have some news the next time we meet after we hear what our good buddy and principal owner of Comic Logic, Rob Kalin, has to see. He's out on the West Coast at a owners meeting, and we'll see if there's any information we can release. We may not be able to release it, but anything that is out for public consumption, there's a whole lot of speculation on what the heck's going to happen with Diamond and with the people that they distribute for.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
So that is very much up in the air. Talking to you, Dynamite.
Oh yeah. They're losing more and more companies, or everybody. Or it seems like each week there's always somebody leaving them. Before I get into more things, let's see. Wait for a comment. Say he's gonna grow some Fabio hair. And there's rumors that Henry Cavill is going to be in a Marvel series, saying he's going to play a character. Who knows who he'll be? I said NFL Super Pro. No. I think if it's a series, he's going to appear in Wonder Man because, it's about acting and stuff. We know he's not playing Wonder Man. I think he would have made it an amazing Wonder Man.
You know what? He would have been a good Wonder Man. I think
he would have been a good Wonder Man.
Maybe he'll be acting and he'll be somewhere. It'll have him looking like he's Wonder Man, and then he'll be in the scene for 2 minutes.
I tell you what would be really very funny and ironic if they would give him a little bit of a red hair dye and he could be Hyperion.
They should try it. I don't think they're going to
make him the Sentry too.
Well, no, but I mean they can DC Marvel Superman, which is Hyperion, or the other Marvel Superman, which is the Imperial Guard. What's his face, Mohawk. Yeah. His name's slipping me right now, but that was more
Gladiator.
Gladiator. Make him Gladiator, which would be kind of funny to make him Marvel Superman takeoffs.
Yeah. And what in the chat, we're not finished on making fun of Rob Liefeld yet.
No, good.
Chris said Rob's in California getting that new chia hair treatment everyone is raving about.
There you go.
Maybe somebody with an A, we were talking about the AI stuff, or if somebody just wants to draw the picture, I'd be more than happy to see Rob Liefeld as a chia pet.
That would be funny.
Well, Rob is, I mean, listen, if there's ever someone that needed to be hoisted on their own petard, it's Rob Liefeld. He is a self-important little hedgehog, and I just I am not a bit swayed by his little, his poor little pity. He has little pity party. Yep. So, too bad, so sad.
Yeah, he didn't get invited to the party.
Wah, he can cry if he wants to. Wow, you're right. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow.
A pity party, which is very different, as we've previously discussed, from a ditty party.
Chris said Rob from Comic Logic.
Oh, that Rob.
Oh, well, I thought you meant Rob Liefeld. I heard Rob, and I was like, oh, okay, well, it's making fun of somebody named Rob. I always just assume it's Rob Liefeld.
Oh, that's not a bad assumption.
Not a bad assumption.
No.
All right, but things get pretty insane. Like I said, there was all that chat about AI chatting about ditty parties, insanity. So I think it's time we go to some variant insanity.
So you're. That's a groovy tune.
Oh yeah,
it's a groovy tune.
Uncle Gary, you put that whole thing together, right?
As Sal put that together. Sal, like like most of the great computer graphic things that the Codex station employs, Sal did that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good job to Sal.
Sal is the man.
But the audience isn't done making fun of Rob Liefeld just yet, even though we're on insanity. Bruce says maybe he can go back to work for Dockers.
There you go. Yeah, he can be sitting on the Dockers of the Bay.
Chris says, oh, Liefeld brings crap onto himself.
Sure he does.
Oh,
sure he does. Little self-important troll.
All right. So, guys, we all know how variant insanity works, or at least most of us do. Which comic book do you think this week had the most variants? But actually, I'll say, last week we didn't get to do an episode, so I'll still tell you what had the most comic books last week. Last week it was Transformers issue number 17, and it had 18 variants.
Jesus.
Was that a Dynamite book?
You know it.
Of course it was a Dynamite.
So what do you think this week's comic book with the most variants is?
Let's say, I'm going to paraphrase here. Herculoids!
Excuse me.
Uncle Gary going with Hercules.
Herculoids.
I
said it's paraphrase.
Yeah. I was going to go with Zatanna.
Herculoids?
Kind of mainstream.
We have Sal, but Sal's the one who gives me the information. He says, I wonder if Rob has AC variant out there where he can draw feet.
That doesn't exist.
And Booge is going with Thundercats.
Unless the foot is in a pouch. If the foot is in a pouch, I think you get that.
Yeah,
he's got
many pouches.
And pouch hands.
Yeah, little pouch. Gotta give each character, at least 20 pouches and muscles that are like, huge for one arm each. Yeah.
Ironically, though, when he draws kangaroos, they don't even have a pouch.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's just a weird fact. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if he makes them without the pouch they normally have, but gives them pouches on each shoulder, each arm.
Well, they don't have pouches because he's stolen so many pouches from kangaroos to put on other places. So, they've run out. He's a pouch poacher.
It's a pouch poacher.
Yeah. And then what my comic says, just draw rocks in front of the feet.
There you go, Whitefire.
He's that before. He's done.
Just draw landscapes in front of all the feet. There you go. Or he's standing behind a little wall or cinder blocks. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
But okay, everyone. All right. I'm going to give you 10 seconds before I go ahead and give the answer. What comic book had the most variants this week? With the 10, the 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Most comic book this week that had the most variants was. What did you say, Uncle Gary?
Herculoids.
Correct.
Woo!
The Herculoids had the most comic books this week.
I bet that was a dynamite book.
Dynamite.
Dynamite, as Jimmy Walker would say.
And there we go. And what does it say in the corner there? Dynamite.
Dynamite. That's right.
There you go. Herculoids had the most variants this week. And Chris says he draws a pouch that
looks
looks like a
foot.
foot.
There you go. He's got foot and pouch disease.
And then Sale had said Rob is the one with the most variants this week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so was Herculoids with the most variants? Would you all like to take a guess as to how many variants Herculoids had?
22.
22.
Maybe we're going with 22. Uncle Gary, how about you? Anybody in the audience?
27.
So 22, 27. Give everybody a little bit of time so that they can guess how many variants Herculoid had this week.
So, Sal should be able to guess because I know he gave you the answers, but he's getting up there. He's pretty old. He can't remember. He's aged.
752.
Yeah, Chris says 752. Who says 19? White Fire Comics says 7. Well, with the guess of 876.
Wow. No wonder Diamond's going out of business. They just can't keep shipping all those books.
Sapphire Glad Comics says 9,999.
I'm waiting for somebody to do 666.
I believe, wasn't there a Spider-Man? I think there was a Spider-Man issue that actually did have something like that. Or I heard. Might not be right.
Well, some issues have hit 666. Batman did. That was a famous Damian Wayne cover on Batman 666. So, yeah, Spider-Man had a 666, I imagine. Or would have had, it would have been rather, did it have the legacy numbering on that time? $1. Sorry, that price is right.
Don't worry, it
Price
happens.
is wrong.
Yeah, if you go over, you like the Price is Right rules. If you go over, you lose, even if you're off by one.
Yeah. So, Sal, even if you're 32,876 is one off, you do not get it.
1, 2.
Chris says Sal's counting like 1, 2, potato, kitty, cat. And hey, Sapphire Glad Comics.
There you go. There's your sixes. There's your mark of the beast.
Yep.
All right, everybody. I'll give you the 10, the 9, the 8, the 7, the 6, the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1. This week, Herculoids had a total of 33 variants.
You gotta be kidding me.
Wow.
33. Right as Mr. Keats said, 69 dudes.
Wow. Well,
That would be Gun Honey.
yeah. There you go.
Well, Uncle Gary, like I said, when we were talking about the prices, right? You had guessed 27.
27. Yeah, without
going over. Yeah, so 33 variants of the Herculoids. Issue number 1 from No Surprise, Dynamite.
And this is why, evidently, these other distributors, if Diamond goes under, don't want to carry the Dynamite books because there's so many covers that evidently is a royal pain in the ass to separate all the different covers and to deal with all the different covers, even though the weight of the books would be the same if it was all the same cover. But it's just the fact that you have to separate and, have them in different, collated differently and things like that, that it's a royal pain in the ass to do that. So, Dynamite's either got to cut down on covers or do something else to get a distributor. So it's going to be real interesting what they do. Turdy tree.
Yeah.
Tree.
One love for two. Whatever. Loving.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
And then Whitefire Comics says, wow, I feel bad doing 4 variants for my Kickstarters. If you ever feel bad about doing those, just watch Variant Insanity each week and you'll see that 4 has never been the most.
Yeah, you're on the mild side, my friend.
Yeah. Dynamite is wondering what is going on. Why only 4?
Well, yeah.
Really.
Amateur.
Yeah, Dynamite laughs at those numbers. He thinks he needs 4 of each character.
And there's somebody out there that will have all 33 covers of that.
Someone who worked on it or is related to somebody who worked on it.
But there'll be somebody that has all 33.
Yeah. Maybe one of them has a stalker.
Jeez.
Chris, I can't put that on there, but I say
put
what
that
you
on.
said.
Can't
Listen.
say that.
This is an
Chris-
after dark.
Let me tell you something. Chris is amused when he can't get when you have something you have to edit or not put on. So you're not offending Chris. He gets it. He knows. He's like a child. He has to find out what the line he can cross is. And this isn't the After Dark show. You told him right.
No.
But Chris,
You give me a laugh, as you can see that
laugh.
I do get the
Sonny
vulgar
enjoyed
humor.
it. And usually, even on After Dark, he even gets censored on After Dark. And that's really, you've really got to push the line then when you get censored on After Dark, where almost anything we say goes. So that's our buddy.
I know that was my clerk's quote just for you guys.
There you go.
I think you appreciate it. Gave us a laugh that we can't really share with anybody, though.
It's a private
Jesus,
laugh.
snowballer.
All right. So, guys, now that we've gone with your insanity, some might say that it's right to post everything. Some might say that it's wrong to stop some. But that moves us to right or wrong. And today, the man with the 5 statements is the limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun himself, the Ric Flair of comics, Uncle Gary.
Hang loose, baby. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. And, so of course.
Right as White Fire Comics says, cut to commercials.
So of course Sonny told me that I had to get these yesterday. I was like, okay, thanks. So I wrote 2 of them down, and then when he tells me again tonight, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't do the other 3. So I've come up with them on the fly. So if the last
Chris says
3,
this is why he doesn't have his own show.
this,
All right, on the fly.
on the fly. There you go. So this is why if the last 3 aren't as good as the first 2, because there wasn't as much. Actually, the first 2 didn't have a whole lot of thought in it anyway. This is winging it and the prayer. All right, so the first one, this is the Ghost Machine imprint. Oh, that Image is doing right now, the Jeff Johns stuff. The Ghost Machine imprint is the best imprint in comics right now. So that is Redcoat, that is Geiger, that is Hyde Street, that's Halos and Hornsby, that is the Rockefellers.
Don't forget Rook.
Yep. So Ghost Machine is the best comics imprint right now.
I'm not too familiar with him, but you know what? I've heard somebody on the Codex really likes Hyde Street.
Not just me, baby.
I'm just going to take quite a few people. So I'm just going to take a leap of faith, and I'm going to say right.
I'll go with that.
Okay. Of course,
Anybody in the audience, feel free to let us know what you think.
Of course, I'm saying right.
Sales says number 1 is right.
There we go, baby. All right. Number 2. Horror comics are the best comics to collect just for the covers. Horror comics are the best comics to collect just for the covers. I'm not saying collect them just for the covers. I'm saying they're the best comics to collect if you just collect them for covers.
I don't know. I think you've kind of proven that romance books are.
Well, you know what? You can say that if you want to. I
love a good horror cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So horror has some amazing ones, but I'll say wrong.
Okay.
Mr. Keith had said number 1 was right. Boosh says right. And Chris had said Hyde Street. Can't say enough about it. Can't say enough good about it. Boosh says right.
I love it.
Al says right, and Chris says right.
There we go.
1 and 2.
All right.
So, Mike, were you right or wrong for?
Oh, I'll go with right. Because I have quite a few myself.
Yep. All right. This will tie into something later. Batman should have a prominent member of his rogues gallery who is a vampire.
Right. More vampires.
Well, just the fact that he's Batman.
He is Batman.
I think it makes sense. Like we have Man Bat, Batman, but Batman should have a prominent member of his rogues gallery who is a vampire.
I'm going right.
And I know we had Nocturna Turner, but I don't think she is a prominent member of his rogues gallery. So,
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah. And Bucci said horror comics are the best for everything. And he also said number 3 was right. All right, so Mike, you agree. You also say
I
right.
agree.
Okay.
all right. Just like there is a rainbow core of lanterns, there should be a rainbow array of different colored Hulks.
Oh, I want Pink Hulk.
So we got red Hulk, we got green Hulk. So just
Fuchsia
like
Hulk.
there is a rainbow core of lanterns, there should be an array of different colored Hulks.
I'm there. Brown Hulk.
I say wrong. At some of the I like Hulk with green, gray. I think red it actually turned to be pretty cool. I love green, right, regular Hulk. But yeah, I don't need the pink and brown Hulk and all.
Bright yellow Hulk.
Yeah.
The brown Hulk be like a big Steven.
Hey, you know what?
Pile.
It was what was his name? Smash was literally a purple Hulk that we had on the F list a couple of weeks ago.
Well, we have the green Hulk, the gray Hulk, and the red Hulk. So
I think that's
does anybody wants some more Hulks?
For 3, yeah, we had Chris
Bright orange Hulk.
Yeah,
that's
exactly wrong for 3.
Wrong 3. Okay.
Sal said right. Back jokes all around. Bullshit said wrong about the Hulk. And Chris said no. Mr. Keith said right.
Oh, Mr. Keith wants it. Oh my God.
He wants Rainbow Hulk.
Sal
said wrong. Brown Hulk. No.
Next time we talk to Philip Kennedy Johnson, we're gonna pitch this idea to him.
Yes. Chris said Red Hulk came out near the end of Blackest Night, and I was like, don't do it.
Don't do it.
And White Fire Comics says Yellow Hulk versus Yellow Wolverine.
Oh my God. There you go.
There we go.
The yellow and brown Hulk together would be a bad mess.
And the Red Hulk all together.
Right.
And the red Hulk. Oh no, that's just nasty. That's just nasty.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5. Keep in mind, Amazing Spider-Man legacy numbering is at about at 962 or something. I say Peter Parker and Mary Jane will reunite as lovers in ASM number 1000.
Right, and I hope you're right.
And Gwen Stacy will die again.
Well, who knows what's going on with that? But I have Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson will be reunited as lovers in Amazing Spider-Man number 1000.
Why not?
So I go right. Mike says right. And back to the one before. Chris says I wore my yellow pants.
That way, if you
The
have an
yellow Hulk.
accident, nobody can see. That's right.
Yes, yeah, yellow. Yeah, if there's Yellow Hulk, yes, give him yellow pants as well.
I want the blue Hulk.
Yeah, Booge says right. Number 5.
Yeah, I'm like Sonny. This is what I hope. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't get over the Hulk thing.
Hey, that's pretty good for on the fly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, not bad. When you were like, I just came with it on the fly. So
Hey, that's how
not
I
bad at all.
operate, man. When I was, Sonny, I spent some time on stage too. I was pretty good at improvising, baby. So there we go.
Sal said number 5, 10,000% yes.
No,
Who
I
said
sure
it
as
should be
hell hope
sooner?
so.
Way sooner. I'd be fine with that.
Oh, I'd be fine with that too, but I think they'll hold out. And
Mr.
hopefully,
Keith says wrong.
oh, Mr. Keith does like.
I'm curious if you'd like it to be before or just not at all.
Well, I'd like it to be before for sure, but yeah.
Chris says, I think you're right. Mary Jane will come back and kill Gwen. Peter will have to deal with that.
Ooh, wow, little girl on girl action there. Okay.
Hey.
Like that one random panel that was who was it, Black Cat and somebody else. They ran to the boy's room. They fell into a boy's room, and he's like, "My wish came true."
Yeah, my wish came true. Yeah, exactly. And wasn't that from an old movie? That was from an old movie that, like an '80s sex comedy or something, where a hot gal fell in a kid's right in a kid's through his roof while he's sitting on a bed reading a Playboy or something. He said, "My wish came true."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's where they stole that from.
I've given Gemini enough attention, but I could ask it after the show. Hey, what was that movie? It will probably know.
God. Right.
Like I said, it knows quite a few things.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, comics 101 inches.
101 inches. There you go. Wow.
And Chris said, I said nothing of girl on girl action.
Chris, you didn't have to. It was implied.
Hulk on Hulk action.
Hulk action. Wow.
If you go this direction, you'll see girl on girl action. If you go in this direction, you see Rainbow Hulk against another Rainbow Hulk action. Yellow Hulk with the yellow pants against Brown Hulk with his brown pants, or Brown Hulk with his yellow pants.
If Bruce Banner is making love to a gal and becomes enraged in the middle of the process, that just sounds like a bad date.
What for comics is Weird Science?
It might have been Weird Science. It might have been Weird Science.
So yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it. I'm trying to remember. It'll probably come to us right after the show. As soon as we go off air, we'll be like, "Oh, wait, now that was a movie."
If it wasn't Weird Science, it was a movie of that era, of that.
Yeah,
era.
definitely.
Yeah.
Whitefire, you are right on it.
Sal says, "Was it better off dead?" I know they used
Could
to build an
be.
Animal House.
Maybe.
All right, but yeah, so we were going through all the questions. Are they right or
Going back.
wrong?
All right. Want me to go back through number one then?
If you like to, yeah. So
Okay.
let's see.
So we had Ghost Machine is the best comic imprint right now of any company. And on that, I say 100% yes. I think, Image for the Codex Awards, Image was my publisher of the year on the strength of the Ghost Machine imprint alone. So for me, it's a resounding yes.
Yeah, so for me, I was going with the leap of faith, just kind of guessing, like, yeah, everyone's really liking it. And everybody in the comments who commented said right. Nobody had wrong for that one.
Yep.
That sounds like a slam dunk.
Yeah.
All right. Number two, horror comics have the best covers to collect just for the covers, or the best comics to collect just for the covers. And
Most people had right. I was the one who said wrong. More just an opinion. I think they have many amazing covers, and sometimes I will pick some up. I guess just because of my love for the superhero stuff. So it's not like I'm not like dead set on there's no way you can't beat it, but just my opinion, and I picked the superhero stuff. But now I'm starting to lean towards those romance covers.
Well, yeah, you Mike had a good point. So I mean, they're pretty hilarious. I will say though that when I have people over and we look at books, yes, they love to see the classic stuff, but almost everybody really, really digs the great horror comics, and that is just always a highlight for people to see the great horror covers. So,
yeah, and two, also, I think they're just cool, like that, because some of the classics, right? We've seen them many times. We've looked at them. We've seen facsimiles. We see online. Whereas the horror covers, many of them are like I've never seen. Like they're such beautiful covers, and like we've never seen it before. So it's the first time, so it really grabs our attention.
Right, there is a newness to it. Absolutely, there is a newness to it. And like say you got Spider-Man, you're going to see a Spider-Man on every cover, right? But you have a title like House of Secrets or House of Mystery, you're going to get a different cover subject because it's an anthology, so every issue isn't the same. Now something like Ghost, you're going to get some variation of a ghost on the cover, but even then there's still some variation, so
yeah. If number one, Mr. Keith had said they look great, I just haven't read any.
They're good, Mr. Keith.
Same here.
They are
really
and
good.
For number two, he said right. However, sci-fi pulp covers are in a close second.
You know what? Sci-fi pulp covers are damn amazing. So I'm right on board. But listen, we're all comic book fans. I love the superhero stuff. I do love the romance stuff, but it's just, man, the horror covers really grab me. They really, really do. Yep.
All right. And then your next one was
number 3. Batman should have a prominent member of his rogues gallery who is a vampire.
And I was saying yes, and many people are right. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have that character.
Yeah, just because of the nature that he's Batman, it would be really cool that he had a major member of his rogues gallery who was an actual vampire. So,
and there was one that Sal said right, bat jokes all around. Mr. Keith had said wrong. He doesn't want a vampire. Batman's rogues. But I think it'd be a pretty cool character. Depends, how you write them always.
Yeah, I think, and then of course number 4, which I think is the most debated question. Just like there's a rainbow corps of lanterns, there should be a vast array of different colored Hulks. I say no because it would be so ridiculous.
I say yes because it'd be so ridiculous.
Touche, my friend. Touche. Absolutely.
Yeah, as much as ridiculous as it could be, it could give us good laughs. But yeah, I was with the wrong as well.
The magenta Hulk and the salmon Hulk team up to fight. They team up to fight the vermilion Hulk.
And before Mr. Keith, went with how he said wrong. He said between Ra's al Ghul and the Court of Owls, his villains are already pretty vampire adjacent and somewhat easy to kill when you're Batman, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And he says, yeah, vampires
that
are easy
question,
to kill.
That question goes into play because of the book we're reviewing too. So
yeah.
But the whole question. So I think there's a lot of different answers. I want to see 7 colors of Hulk in a group therapy session with Doc Samson, Mr. Keith. Yeah. That would be great. Now everybody in a room, you state your name. I'm a Hulk. I'm purple.
I'm the blue Hulk.
Yeah, I'm the blue Hulk. I'm so sad.
I'm so sad.
I'm the brown one. I'm having a crappy day.
The bronze Hulk.
The blue Hulk would be like Eeyore. All I want to do is smash. Everybody wants me to smash. I'm so sad to smash. Yeah.
Smash this. Smash
that. Right.
Okay, so now we know we need this comic book to come out.
That is the stupidest question ever, and it seems like people dig it. And I love Mike's response is the exact opposite of mine for the exact opposite reason, or for the same reason. The exact opposite for the exact same reason is it'd be so damn ridiculous. Oh man! All right.
And then Boo just said, "Yeah, I think if Batman was a vampire, it would mess with the idea of Batman too much."
Well, Batman Red Rain. Cool. Yeah, Red Rain. Yeah. That was Elseworld stuff. I just think maybe it would be cool to have a major, like his own Baron Blood. Yep. Okay, and number 5, Peter Parker and Mary Jane will reunite in Amazing Spider-Man number 1000, and they're in this 960s right now. I like Sonny's answer. I hope that he hoped I was right. I hope I'm right too. I would rather it be sooner, but if you're going to make us wait and give us something to really, really cheer for a 1000th episode of Spider-Man, that would be something that would be pretty damn universally cheered. I think everybody would be very happy if that's what happens in ASM 1000.
Yeah, because some in the comments, some people were saying yes, some people said sooner. Like I said, I could see it if they're that close to 1000. I think they might just wait, but we will see. And Keith was the one who had said wrong before.
Yeah, Mr. Keith said wrong.
Oh, here we go. So wrong. Betty Brant suddenly runs in with a folding chair. # Peter and Betty forever.
That now, you know what?
After
that is an old school pull right there. So I have to respect that to bring Betty Brant in there.
Betty Brant, yeah. Haven't heard from old Betty in a long time.
No, after Ned Leeds died, I think she kind of vanished.
Yeah, Chris, we know you do.
Currently looking for Red Rain, and Chris says, "I love Mary Jane."
Oh, I love him.
He didn't add in Watson there.
Chris loves MJ, Devil's Lettuce, whatever he wants to call it.
Yeah. So there we go. Our 5 statements from right or wrong. And you know what? There's 2 things I got to do. First things first is I will let you guys do a little bit of talking about this cool place called Comic Logic.
Oh, Mike.
As I step away.
Love Comic Logic. Head on over. We are 2 of the owners of Comic Logic, me and Gary, and a couple of our best friends. We carry all the latest and greatest comics from the latest and greatest publishers. Plus, we've got quite a few old comics now in our store and graded comics. You name it, we can get it. We can find it.
We'll certainly do our best. We are in Northern Virginia, so if you're in the Northern Virginia area, please come in and see us. We would love to make your acquaintance. You can catch me and Mike there every Wednesday, like we were today, getting our comic fix, getting that 4-color ink in the veins, making us strong because we read comics. Also, we have an event coming up in May. We have Free Comic Book Day, and we have a special guest. Mike, you want to tell them who our special guest is?
Yeah, special guest is Diane Inosanto, the daughter of Dan Inosanto, also goddaughter of Bruce Lee. She was in the latest Ahsoka TV show. She was one of the villains. She's a extremely talented martial artist, stunt woman, and actress. And you can come and meet her live in our shop on Free Comic Book Day. She can sign your comics. She was just on a couple of Ahsoka comics this week. Plus, you can find her on TV, on Netflix, on the TV shows.
There you go. So come in and meet martial art royalty.
Yes, exactly.
Bruce Lee's goddaughter. So we would love to see you on Free Comic Book Day, first Saturday in May, and then later in May, I believe it is May 18th, I believe, day, we'll have our Fall Lot Con. And you can come to that too, where we have a mini Comic Con in our parking lot. So we would love to see you. Come on over, Comic Logic, Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. All right.
Yes,
Chris has been there.
Chris, you do not have to wear pants.
And Chris must wear his yellow pants.
Yeah, he has to wear pants. Okay, so he's got to wear the yellow pants.
The yellow pants. That way, if he has an accident, nobody will know.
Nobody will know.
It happens.
Happens to the best of us.
All right. And now, you know what else happens to people?
F list.
Sometimes they get, sometimes there's some people get put on the F list, but before that, some people get bit.
Oh, they got bit.
This past week was Valentine's Day, but somebody got a little too excited, I think, in this week's random panel of the week.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
There it is. A man biting a woman by the back of her neck, and she says, "Ouch, you bit me."
That's foreplay.
You look delicious.
Yeah, that's foreplay. Yeah, he's just necking.
It depends.
He's necking.
Yeah. To me, for some reason, it almost looks like he's biting the back of the collar. Maybe it's just with the art, though. But yeah.
Yeah. Well,
she's biting the back of her neck.
She looks a little masculine there.
She's
yeah.
She returns to the Yellow Hulk.
They would call that back in the day a handsome woman.
Handsome woman.
Handsome woman.
Well, who knows? Sometimes old styles come back. Maybe next year we'll be saying, "Man, what a handsome woman."
What a handsome woman she is.
Yeah. You know, certain words, the meanings change throughout the time. So here we go.
Yep. Ouch, you bit me doesn't change much, though.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked like he was going to take a good bite out of that.
Yeah, looks like he's got a chunk in his mouth.
Yeah. I was just messaging back Jamie. He had seen that I was gone. I let him know I'm back. I'm good. If you almost know, I had to take a quick restroom break.
Now we know.
It
Come on, man. Just get a bottle. Like Mike and yeah.
I'm gonna have to get some of those yellow. I'm gonna have to get some yellow pants.
Yellow bottles.
Yellow pants. That's
Yellow
right.
pants.
Yellow pants solve everything.
Yeah. So I'll be on the hunt for that. Because apparently I will need them so I can just sit through the show.
Just get a pair of rain slickers. They're all yellow.
You know, maybe if I stop taking breaks, if I stop taking breaks throughout the show, you know what I got.
when you step up with your yellow pants, if you step up with brown pants, we know that's another problem.
Oh yeah, we'll leave that to the brown Hulk. He could have that.
The brown Hulk. A steaming pile of brown Hulks. You know, we had one show where we talked about which superheroes would take the worst dumps. It's the Hulk.
Yeah, there was the other with the random panel. It was because like Deadpool had to use it, and then somehow the question, "Who do you think?" You're like, "Who do you think takes the biggest one or the nastiest one?" And the comments got crazy. John
Belushi did that on a Saturday Night Live, wasn't it? Where they had a superhero party. He was dressed as the Hulk. He comes out of the bathroom, says, "Don't go in there."
And they just had their 50-year anniversary.
Yes, they did. I watched that.
Fun
Did
stuff.
y'all watch it?
I
Yeah.
did not get to see it.
Let me
I see
tell you,
clips.
there's a segment where Eddie Murphy is playing, oh gosh, Tracy Morgan, and they're on Black Jeopardy, and Eddie Murphy is pretending to be Tracy Morgan. Oh my God, it is hysterical. Eddie Murphy is such a gifted comedian and mimic. Oh, fantastic.
Good times.
Yeah, good time.
If we were to reach our 50th anniversary, it would be the year 2071.
Wow.
Well, who knows, everybody? Maybe we'll see in 2071.
I
my
will not
phone.
see you in 2071. I am 60 years old, so I am not going to be here for that. Thank you very much.
Sir, you have a Legion ring.
I
So
do. I've
maybe
got
you will take a little trip to the future.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Long live the Legion. That's right. Oh, character of the day, Dream Girl. And she is a dream.
Yes, everybody, always make sure to check out. I'll put it up there right now. Comic character of the day, the Facebook page.
There we go.
Right when there we go.
There
Join
we
the
go.
conversation. Yeah, on Facebook, comic character of the day. We're all on there every single day. All about your comic book goodness. It's a comic character of the day every day. Random panel of the day.
And question of the day. Good stuff. Cover of the day, random panel of the day, character of the day. Anything.
Dump of the day.
Yep.
Colored Hawk of the day.
There you go. Seize of the day. We'll seize the day on comic character of the day.
Yeah.
And good conversations all around you. Everybody sticks to comic book stuff and everybody gets along. Yeah, so it's a good time. So if you haven't checked it out, I suggest you go join comic character of the day. Some good fun.
That's right.
Nice to join something on social media, which is good, fun, something we enjoy and love. Comic books.
Amen.
Do you know what else I love?
No. What do you
It's
love?
called
Yeah.
the F.
F list.
F list.
Hey, the man joining the F list is the Punisher. Desmond Klein, Punisher, that is.
Was that Jack Skellington on his shirt?
It looks like it's guns, but yes, it looks like Jack Skellington, but it's supposed to be a skull. And here he's looking in the mirror, and here is what he sees in the mirror himself. Well, he's looking out a little bit. He's got quite a few weapons. Well, he's shadow. He hasn't shaved in a while.
If he's gut shut, he's in trouble.
And there he is, watching TV, eating pizza in front of his dog. He's got his hand in his pants.
He's doing his best, Al Bundy.
I was thinking that too. As soon as I saw his hand, I was thinking Al Bundy with that. And then here he is, as the TV was calling, but it says, or was it a rallying cry, a call to the rest of us to wake up and smell the gunpowder? And Desmond, as his pizza comes out of his mouth, says, yeah. Like you said, yeah.
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 Yeah, let's see real quick. We got.
No.
Okay. Tell Kristen, tell the Dr. Pepper joke here. And Mike says no, so we'll get back to that list. But back to Desmond Klein, the Punisher.
Why does Dr. Pepper? I can't tell you.
All right, so there he is at Desmond Klein, and he says, "You creeps have committed your last crime. Now you face the Punisher." This guy's two guns out, and you see his belly. His shirt is a bit messed up, so you see his belly there.
Yep, he's wearing a belly shirt.
Yeah,
belly shirt.
He's wearing a crop top with Jack Skellington on it.
And this is my first introduction to Desmond Klein, was this card right here. You see him with the two guns, and there he is, that shirt. And like you said, Uncle Gary, now that you say it, I can't help but see Jack Skellington in it. Skeleton.
Same here. It's him.
Oh, God. That's too funny.
Here's the back of that card. Look at that mug shot. Man, look at him.
Wow.
All right, everybody. Would anybody like to take a guess as to the history?
No clue on this
one. Somebody waiting for you to say, yeah.
Oh, man. Wow.
He first met the brown Hulk, and he had to be punished.
This guy, I guess he's a sad sack. Not much of his life, and he's sitting there eating pizza, and he sees a documentary on the Punisher and decides that is his life's goal, and he's going to be just like Frank, and he's going to step up and he's going to fight crime. So that's my stab at it.
Pretty spot on. Mike, you're pretty spot on. Uncle Gary, wrong. No, no, Brown Hulk. Uncle Gary, you were pretty spot on about it. So, Desmond Klein, the Punisher, he was created by Chuck Dixon and Gary Kwapisk, sorry for mispronouncing the name. And he first appeared in Punisher War Journal issue number 62, and that was in 1993. So he's from New York. He, as you can see, a vigilante. But before that, he was a former postal worker.
And he went postal. Okay.
Yeah, he went postal. So, and Mr. Keith says he's not so much Frank Castle as Frank Basement.
I hear that. Frank Seller.
But yeah, so basically, quickly in the Suicide Run story arc of the Punisher, when the Punisher was believed to be dead, there were multiple characters coming forward wanting to be the next one, like Payback and like Lynn Michaels, and one of them was Desmond Klein, who, like this picture, saw on TV. He was sitting there with his dog watching TV, and thought someone needs to stand up. So he's like, "Yeah," and then he put on the outfit. He got his guns ready. Looked in the mirror, thought he looked pretty cool, ready to fight with his Jack Skellington shirt on. And after only his second issue, and so the Punisher War Journal issue number 62 is when he got the calling, when he wanted to do it. And then it was in issue 63 when he went out to fight crime, and he confronted 3 robbers, like you said. And he does have he started stuttering when he was telling them, now you face the Punisher. And then he was telling them, I hope you say your prayers, as he was standing on that car. But then this happened. Whoop, he slipped. Desmond Klein slipped off the car, and then the 3 robbers shot and killed him. And he never came back.
Well, that's hard to come back from that. Just out of sheer embarrassment, he should have stayed dead.
So he has stayed dead since 1993. For over 30 years, he has stayed dead. Yeah.
Well, that's probably a good place for him.
And let's see. Mr. Keith said, this is what happens when your town doesn't have a solid improv comedy troupe.
Oh, Mr. Keith, straight on. But I'm sure he was mourned because there are a lot of pizza delivery men that were out a lot of money by not delivering to his house.
Probably a few, 25-cent tips. He didn't look like much of a tipper. But his dog, he had a dog.
He had a dog. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure his dog mourned him. He had the right. I could give him some props for he wanted to stand up and do the right thing.
Just should have had better shoes,
And certainly a better shirt as well.
Yeah.
But like you said, definitely better shoes because he slipped on that car, which
looks like drawn by Liefeld. He has a lot of pouches there, Yeah.
Look, the shoe, one of his boots looked untied when he fell too, so he didn't even have them tied.
Yeah.
So look at that. It's untied. So
yeah. So tie your shoes. It could be killer if you don't. And let's see, Chris says on the Punisher, slappity slap slap take that.
Flappity flap flap flap.
Yeah, so even when he first fell, the 3 robbers, they looked and like, this is the Punisher. And one's like, no, he's dead. And like, who's this guy? Like, whatever, boom, shot him. Like I said, he had the right ideas. He wanted to do good, but execution horrible.
Does the Punisher do good? I think the Punisher does bad.
Well,
but he does good.
He does good. Bad.
Bad good.
He does bad to bad people.
Yeah. Somebody said they're making some social commentary that the Punisher is good.
Punisher good.
Punisher good.
I live in the wild Chicago. What can I say?
You know what? Point taken. Point taken.
Yeah. So,
All right.
and then Calvin, hello, Calvin says this is when you order Punisher on Temu.
Okay. Now,
Hey,
so,
Calvin.
what? No, this is for Sonny. So, Sonny, what is the furthest away you've had someone comment on the podcast?
From another like country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've had quite a few countries every now and then. I think we've had England, we've had Italy.
Okay. Well, today you got a new one. Calvin is coming to you from Japan, my friend.
Yes.
Nice.
Calvin is commenting from Japan. So it's good to see you, Calvin.
Hope your family's doing well.
Absolutely, young man. I hope you're doing fantastic. He contacted me today, wondered when we would be on. So we're getting ready to do a review of Detective 455 that you'll enjoy, Calvin. But yeah, this is F-list time. So Calvin, it is good to have you be a contributor live from Japan.
Nice. Yeah, I know you time wise. Yeah, it must be. I'm trying to think what time it is in Japan.
What time is it there, Calvin? Calvin can tell you.
Early? Chatting. Pretty early.
Yeah.
But yet, is Calvin live in Japan or just go to Japan?
He is living in Japan. He is living in Japan with his wife and his baby. So he is a good buddy of Mike and I's, and he is living halfway around the world.
Yeah.
So good for him.
I went to Japan for 1 week and I absolutely loved it. It was a dream vacation for me. I went to Saitama and Tokyo.
Nice.
Yeah, 2014. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but I absolutely loved it. It's 11:30 over in Japan. Thank you for joining us.
11:30 a.m. Nice. So thank you, Calvin.
Yeah, thank you. And but yeah, so we were on the F list about old Desmond Cline, the Punisher. There we go. Yeah. And there he was when he confronted, and then he slipped and got.
Is F list for fat list?
Hey, there's quite a few big ones that have been on that list. Quite a few big boned characters. Well, your favorite, of course. The heavy flow.
Heavy flow.
Yeah.
Heavy flow. I still have nightmares. Worst F list ever. The baby is watching. There you go, Calvin.
Welcome to the show. Hey, I try to make this a family-friendly show to get everybody watching.
If we say anything bad, just say earmuffs, and we'll for the baby. Can't listen, but yeah, the baby's not grasping what we're saying quite yet. But one day maybe.
I don't know. It's probably a smart baby. If Calvin's baby, he probably understands everything we're saying.
Probably too. I mean, that may be true. That may be true.
Well, don't be like Desmond Cline Punisher.
With a Jack Skellington logo on your shirt.
Yeah, because he tried to be the next Punisher and it did not work as he slipped off the car and he got killed. Yeah. And still to this day, 32 years later, he still has been brought back in any comic book.
So he got punished.
Yeah. He thought he can take on crime. Three guys, but it didn't take much when he slipped and fell.
Crime took a bite out of him. So there you go.
Oh,
Did Chris say something again?
Calvin says heavy flow. He goes, last week.
Wow. Oh, sick.
Obviously the wife isn't watching.
Yeah, hopefully not.
And Chris said muffs. Okay, guys. So Desmond Cline, do you guys think he can make it out of the F list ever?
No.
Well, first he's got to make it all off the dead list, but I think he is F in memoriam. He is F list forever.
Yeah.
I think with a little bit of a retcon or something, I think he can make it out.
Ooh.
I say wait. First, he'd have to come back from the dead. Somebody would have to do something different, and because there isn't much to his background, he can just be, he's a guy who was sitting around and then decided, like, yeah, I'm gonna fight, be a vigilante. I think he possibly can, but first, like I said, he has to come back from the dead and definitely get clothes that fit him so his belly doesn't hang out.
So what can he make it to? The D list?
Yeah, I think the D list.
D list, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, Mr. Keats says, believe in yourself like Desmond Cline believes in himself.
What could possibly go wrong?
Hilarity ensues.
Yeah. And get perforated.
Yeah.
Chris said only if the others escapes. Yeah. Well, we've got some there that are never leaving that F list.
We got something on the Z list.
Oh yeah. But everyone make sure to read. So you guys both said he stays. I said he is a possibility of getting out. So
Dead.
we will see. Desmond Klein, the Punisher. Who knows? I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna stay dead though. I don't think anyone's gonna bring him back. But we'll see what happens in time. So now it is time for our review of Detective Comics 455, which includes the Batman story, Heart of a Vampire, and Hawkman, Battle of the Backfiring Weapons. Now, guys, which one of you would like to go first? I heard there's a little bit of a story behind this comic book for you guys.
You usually give the creators and all that, or do you want us to do it?
We could do either or. Would you like to do it? Did any of you had a story to tell first? But...
Well, you know what? I think, Sonny, you kind of give us a little overview of it, and then we'll tell the story about it.
Okay, well, the first part, the Batman, Heart of a Vampire, says story, Elliot Magan, it says.
Elliot S. Magan.
Elliot S. Magan. Okay, so the S has an explanation.
The S with an explanation point. I've met him, and I have a copy of this signed by Mike Grill and Elliot S. Magan.
And speaking of Mike Grell, he did the art, and the editing was Julius Schwartz. And then for the other story, Battle of the Backfiring Weapons, the script was E. Nelson Bridwell, and the art was Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, and editing was Julius Schwartz. So
this was an early Garcia Lopez book, which was awesome.
Yep.
The Hawkman story. Yep.
Yeah, so this story, there were two fast stories. Well, Batman's a little bit longer, but Batman, Heart of a Vampire, Bruce Wayne and Alfred, their car breaks down, so they need to get water for the radiator, so they go to this house, this big home that appears to be abandoned, and they look, and what did they come across? Well, they see there's this light, bringing sunlight on this coffin, and accidentally Bruce knocks it over, and then the vampire comes out, Gustav de Cobra. So then he and Batman battle it out. But also in the other story, Hawkman, Battle of the Backfiring Weapons, we see that Hawkman, you can tell this was a story that maybe continued because Hawkman's showing Hawkgirl, he got me this time like this, and he got me this time like that. So they go to take on Chester McCann, who really reminded me of, looks-wise, of Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused.
All right.
That's exactly what I was thinking, yeah. But however, I will say this story was made before that movie, though.
Yes, way before that movie.
This didn't copy the movie. This was made many years before.
The movie copied them.
Yeah, because old Chester McCann really did remind me of Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused. So they confront him, but this time they're ready for him, and they bring mirrors. So there you go. Two real quick overviews of the story. I said it very quick. The comic is like 19 pages without any advertisements. So the Batman story is about 14 pages, and the Hawkman story is literally like 5. So two quick stories. And before I get on to my views and things like that, it's a story that I think both fun. I like the Batman story more. You got to see the vampire. I was a bit offended by the nasty vampire stereotypes. That vampires don't like crosses because, like Louis in Interview with the Vampire, I like crosses. I'm quite fond of them. I'm not really affected by it. But yeah, so we get to see almost horror-esque story. All takes place and concludes in one issue. Whereas the Hawkman story, you could tell was maybe the past couple issues before to that. But the Batman story begins, it ends on this one issue. It's a good, fun horror story. It would be perfect for Halloween, but we are in the 2020s, and in the 2020s, every month is a good month for horror, so it's always a good time to read Detective Comics 455. Before I go off my ratings, I wanted to hear a bit about you guys.
Well, this was Mike's pick, so Mike, do you want to go into more depth on it?
Sure, I'd love to. So a couple years ago, me and Gary are at Heroes Con and talking to Mike Grell, and we're talking about some of our favorite books, and we talk about this book that he did the art on. Well, the interesting story is Detective Comics 455, that the original art was done by Bernie Wrightson, and he did all the thumbnails for the book. And this was before the technology was there to reproduce the thumbnails into the artwork for the story. So Mike Grell basically redid the thumbnails redid all the art from the thumbnails of Bernie Wrightson. So Bernie Wrightson is really is one of the uncredited artists in the book. So if Mr. Wrightson was alive, I would have him sign my book. So it's a pretty cool story that we wouldn't have known unless we were talking to Mr. Grell about it.
Absolutely,
Nice.
because this book, God, it's been a bunch of years. Mike, I think I introduced you to the book, and you fell in love with it, and then you've been giving it to people, right?
Yeah,
left
definitely.
and right. We
Yeah.
give this book as gifts to people a lot, and so when we find the book, and it's pretty cheap, and to my knowledge, this Detective
Chris says he
455,
loves the story.
yep, it's
Real quick.
never been reprinted.
Mm.
As far as I know, this has never been reprinted in any other volume. It's a shame. And when you look at some of the layouts, you do have a Wrightson-esque feel to it. And it was awesome when Mike Grill brought that up to us. They said, poor Bernie doesn't even get a credit on this book. You know, and what's also cool is if you look at the vampire really carefully, if you're a fan of horror movies, Mike Grill based them on Christopher Lee, who was a very famous vampire movie star of the day that Christopher Lee starred in many of the Dracula movies of the early 70s. So
one picture specifically, I really thought that. I can't remember which one it was, but there was one. I
I think it's that one.
Yep.
Yeah, that one. So it's just a cool story. What I love, it's the classic trope of it ends up it's classic trope, but it happens to be Alfred and Bruce Wayne coming back from a society function really late, and the car breaks down. So, of course, this is before cell phones or anything. So you walk to the spooky house
on the hill,
way in the distance,
lightning flashing,
and all that. So you walk to the
what could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? And they get in there, and sure enough, there's a daggone vampire in the house. And so you have the great tropes where you try to have a cross to kill him, and wooden stake and all that other good stuff. And Batman, I'm not going to give away the ending, but Batman stabs him through the heart with the stake, and it doesn't do a thing to him. So the vampire was a famous surgeon from a century before that experimented with transplants and things like that. And you find out his heart has been transplanted, and Batman must find out where that heart might be that he can drive a stake through it. And I think that is really interesting. And I loved where it ended up being and how he figured it out. And I just thought, again, we're not going to give that away because that's a cool aspect of the book. I think Mike and I both loved that part of the book, right?
Definitely.
It's just a cool story. And like you said, Sonny, it's quick. It's quick. It's funny. But what really made this book stand out to me is I read this as a kid. What year we're talking? Was this
1976? I believe it said.
Yeah, 76. So I read this in 76. It has stayed with me all these years, and I've had a fondness for it. And what made me re-love this book again was when I mentioned this Detective 455 to Mike, and I think maybe I got Mike a copy and gave him a copy. Yeah,
you think you did too.
Yeah. And I said, hey, this is one of my favorite Batman. Read it. And the fact that here he was, full-grown man, he loved it as much as I did when I first read it, as a kid, and has stayed with me all these years. And that made me think, what? This isn't just me having fond remembrances of reading a book I loved as a kid. This is still damn good. And then Mike has since paid it forward and given this book to probably a dozen people. And they have all loved it. And this little cult of Detective 455 has just expanded and grown to people that really love this book. So, I just think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And okay, in the comments that Chris said, I love this story. And he had mentioned that when you guys were talking about giving comics, he said they gave me one.
Yep.
And before Bruce which one? Yeah, he said wrong name, but then he did eventually get that. It was Detective Comics 455. Yeah. And then Bush had said that Bella was good, but Christopher Lee is the best Dracula.
Christopher Lee was phenomenal as a Dracula, and that's one reason why
Chris said Boosh. I was named after him. My mom was a fan. My middle name is Lee.
Well, there you go.
Oh, nice.
So you gotta have this book. The other good thing about this book is not expensive. You know, you can get a pretty nice copy of this book for $20.
Yeah.
You know, a pretty nice copy. But we'll get copies that are half decent looking all the time and pick them up and buy them and give them out. So, yep.
I have my copy right here that I'm waiting to find the next person to gift it to.
Well, yep. There you go. This is a beautiful one.
My birthday's coming up soon.
All right, Sonny. Give me your mailing address.
Well, you know what?
Calvin said, I love it more every time I read it.
I'm sure Calvin is one of the ones we gifted it to too. So there you go. So this book, Sonny is angling for a book, but you know, Mike, I think whether he gets a book or not might hinge on what kind of review he gives it. You know, so so if it's not as positive as we think it should be, he may not be worthy, Mike.
That's true. That's true.
We're not worthy.
We're not worthy.
See if that sweetens the pot. See if that ups the percentage points.
But all right, guys. So reviewers, all right. So points wise, and Bruce did say it's a really good price. Yeah, especially when you look at the comic book itself, how good it is, and you know how old it is too. Like to get something at that price for around $20 is good. So for a story, like I said, I did read it through the phone, not in comic book form, but I still was able to enjoy it. I really did like the artwork too. It was cool to see Batman in more of the blue kind of outfit, but his cape and everything is more blue. I hadn't seen that in a while. It's been a while before I've read a comic where he was like that. I did think it was a bit fast. Like I said, it was in ways fast could have good and bad. Like, so I think it was cool and fast, quick read it, get through it like that. But I think at points like, I think I would have liked it to have been longer. Like I think it could have been for me even better if it was a couple full issues. And then I did like some people might not like Batman and Alfred running kind of from Gustav, but I thought it went with the story because it goes to horror, almost reminds you like a movie. And then Bruce also needs a bit of time to figure out what's going on. And he does. I thought it was good comic. I think the other one with Hawkman, a little bit less, but like I said, it was so fast. So I didn't get to kind of just jumping on that quick fight using mirrors. I didn't really think much of the Hawkman story, but I like the Batman story. It's good. It's quick. Like I said, contained, perfect for horror, perfect for, like I said, Halloween, but at any time it's good for horror. But I enjoyed it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as you guys, though. I think it's a good story. I do recommend it. It's good, fun, and quick. And I, Sonny Kruger on the Codex podcast, through the Codex station, give Detective Comics 455 a 7 out of 10.
Ooh.
I say it's a good one.
7 out of 10. Well, and is that grade accounting for the Hawkman story?
I picked both. The Hawkman story a little bit. I was kind of more trying to focus more on the Batman story.
Because honestly, when we gave that as a reading assignment, we weren't even thinking about the Hawkman.
I was thinking more of that too. I'm like, I think it's more about the Batman. But
yeah, it's all about the Batman story. We had forgotten. I had forgotten the Hawkman story was in there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so it was all about the Batman story.
Yeah, even too when you look it up, it just says Heart of a Vampire, and then later when I was like, Battle of the Backfront Weapons. Yeah. So I still stay good. You know, I don't think the perfect story. I wasn't like, oh, it's my favorite, but I'm still like it's a good story. I don't have much complaints about it. Just that it was good. And I said if I had a little more time to know the story more, like I'd say more issues, I probably would have liked it even more. So what about you guys? I'm wondering for the grades you guys got right after. Real quick, Chris said the Hawkman was a silly side story.
It was a silly side story. It was.
And Bruce said Alfred and Nightwing hunting down a vampiric Batman could be a good story. Has that happened before?
Well, not that I know, but actually the vampire was hunting them. So they weren't hunting the vampire. There is a really cool scene in it where the vampire has attacked Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne steps back into the shadows, and when he reappears, he's dressed as Batman.
I think it's the quickest outfit change I've seen Bruce do.
Yeah,
I was like,
that was a really cool scene, and the vampire was like, kind of threw the vampire for a loop. What the hell is this?
What is
But
it? It's his
but that
vestment.
was a cool scene. That was a cool scene where he retreated into the shadows and then.
And Boo said when it comes to that, is that Red Rain?
Yep. Well, so I'll do my review. This book stayed with me as a kid, so I'm not counting the Hawkman in the review at all. So I loved Elliot S. Maggot's story. I thought it was really inventive. Like you said, it could have certainly been drawn out more, but I liked it. I thought it was short and it was sweet, and it was I thought it had a really cool payoff. The plot device, on Batman, trying to dispatch this villain, this creature, and the art was fantastic. I love the fact that Bernie Wrightson has a hand in this. So for me, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 from Uncle Gary. And Mighty Mike, how about
I
you?
will have to agree with Gary. I would love to give it the 10 out of 10, even because it's one of my favorite books. But the 9 out of 10 for the story, for the artwork, for the Bernie Wrightson subplot there.
Yep.
So I give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, so there we go. Mighty Mike and Uncle Gary give Detective Comics 455, Batman Heart of a Vampire 9 out of 10, ignoring that Hawkman story.
Ignoring it.
I did not ignore it, but I give Detective Comics 455 a 7 out of 10. So all the way around, we say that it is a very good story. And keep in mind, like I said, you guys got to hold it and read it and open it. I got to use the phone, but I was more than happy. I was more than fine with it. I think sometimes the phone could be, it's restored color, so I was fine.
But when I have
a little more the story,
when I have to look at a book online, I do grade it more harshly because I just won't enjoy it as much. So I will say that's a fact. Yeah.
So maybe I will get one day, and I'll be able to look through it and say, you know what, that grade jumps up. And I'm also going to ignore that Hawkman story. Maybe one day I'll be able to ignore Hawkman and Hawkgirl using mirrors to fight Matthew McConaughey. Today I don't.
Maybe not.
Sonny, send me your address. I'll put together a gift box for you.
I will gladly send it, my friend.
Yeah. Do not enable him and send him any action figures.
You're more than welcome to.
Do not send him any action figures.
Look at this. Look.
Send him a Nightwing figure.
Do not.
Take it. Look,
it'll be a broken wing figure.
Look, see, this is good intact.
Here we go.
The group beanie,
you just got it, for God's sake. See, you hadn't even had it a hot minute.
Okay, well, there we go, everybody. Detective Comics 455. We recommend it here on the Codex Station. Check it out. Let us know what you think of the story.
Evil Knievel on the back. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And Booge says Wrightson is an effing master of horror.
Yes, he is.
We all agree.
Yes, he is.
And you know how we were talking about how Batman was so fast to change his outfit? Next week on the Codex podcast, Sal will be on and we will be reviewing Green Lantern and Flash, Faster Friends.
Oh,
good one.
Yeah, so we will be checking that out. So everyone, thank you for joining us. We've learned a lot of things today. We've checked out a lot. Remember, we are the Codex Station where we have 101 inches. Make sure to check us out. And everywhere else that, other places where we have certain things like what
we have here is we're absolutely positively dripping with all, and I do mean all of the socials. And we would like nothing better than give them to you, baby.
That is right. At the Codex Station.
All 101 inches of us.
All 101 inches.
That's exactly right. Even AI said it. And you can go on to codexstation.com to get merch, meet the team, and so much more. If you're curious to know who are all the ones who make up the 101 inches of the Codex Station.
That's right. We'll break it down inch by inch, baby.
Ask Gemini. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
Gemini said it.
Gemini, it must be true.
Be true. AI said it.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.
I'm Sonny Kruger. I was joined by Mighty Mike Harbor and Uncle Gary. I hope you
God
all have a
bless.
week that is a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
See ya.
Take
Tomorrow
care,
night.
everyone.